Anywho, so Dolly, welcome. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. How about you?
I'm super. Thanks for asking. So you are here to do a little song, but tell us a little bit about the other types of performance that you've done in the past and how recently you got into singing.
My past performance history is I've done burlesque, I've done go-go dancing, I've done dancing for bands. I've done a little bit of acting here and there. And how I got into singing was when I was a kid, I was really into singing ever since I came out. Like my mom said, I came out screaming. And that's something that's always, I guess, kind of stuck with me. And I got into classical music when I was 13 and started really getting into it when I was in high school. And that's pretty much it. I started getting back into it recently because I always wondered why I stopped. So that's why.
Cool. And yeah, I'm glad you got back into it. I decided to invite Dolly here after I saw a video on her Facebook page of her recent recital. It's pretty recent, right?
Yeah, pretty recent. This month, actually. Earlier this month.
Excellent. So she's going to do a piece for us. So this is something you don't very often see here at Bill's Esperanto. It's classical music. And I actually just saw you as, helping out with a performance of sorts, a showcase this past Sunday.
Yeah, it was called Kawaii Cult. It was with Nikki Trash. I pretty much whipped creamed a drag queen on stage. It was awesome. On her face.
Yeah.
A little bit of whipped cream bukkake. It was amazing.
I missed that part. I had to leave early. I should have stayed for that part.
All the action happened on the second half.
Yeah. All right. That was cool. I'm told. You've also done a few acts, shall we say, that involved some rope bondage and stuff.
Yeah, just a couple. Nothing too crazy. I've done some rope bondage with my roommate in the past. I've done some I guess I should say rope suspension at the Arboretum, which was really cool. We were like ninjas. We had to hurry up and tie up and then tie back down. It was crazy.
Oh, undetected?
Undetected, except for a couple of people and some small children, but I don't know. I don't really know.
That brings me to, oddly enough, the question I was going to ask, and this is not a question that's often asked of, in the context of conversations about bondage or any kind of BDSM stuff. But I was just thinking about this earlier today in preparation for this interview. Mm-hmm. You know how little kids, when they're 5, 6, 7, 8, just hang on, we're adults, safe enough. Little kids, when they're 5, 6, 7, 8, however old, in my case 9, and your parents give you the sex talk, boys are different from girls, and they have parts that go together. And there's this thing called procreation, which enables the human race to perpetuate itself, which kind of begs the question, as Buddhists and some existentialists will tell you, if life is suffering, then why create, more and more people to experience that? And I know Jean-Paul Sartre, once said that he's never truly experienced a full day of despair in his life, but, oh, sorry, I just totally got off topic. When you have a couple, a man and a woman, married or whatever, in a relationship that practice BDSM, or at least have some background experience in it, and they happen to have children, how old does the kid have to be before that idea is presented? And should it be presented? Or should they learn about it like I did from PC Gamer magazine when I was
Well, I found out about it. My parents, they own a swingers club. So I found out about it at a young age whenever they started swinging. I found a flyer that said swingers club, and like, so my mom would always be in her like little like shiny PVC outfits, and I'd be like, I want to go where you're going, and she was like, no, you're not allowed because you're a kid. And so I mean, when you're a kid, you're naturally curious, go through your parents' things. I mean, I'd find all sorts of freaky shit in there. Like, I mean, I found whips and like anal beads and all sorts of crazy. I was like, what is this? Is this a necklace? My mom was like, where did you get that? Like, what are you doing? It's like, I didn't know what it was. What is it? And then, of course, I found their porn collection, and everything just went kind of downhill there. So yeah, I was about 9 whenever I found out about BDSM, and it's just been like a downhill or uphill, depending on how you see things since then. Yeah.
I wonder what that conversation would be like. Sometimes when a man and a woman love each other, they like to be
tie each
suspended.
other up.
I don't know. All right, well, that's enough with the uncomfortable memories of fond family togetherness in ways that some of us might rather not imagine. But so we're gonna get on with the music. So introduce the piece, if you would.
Okay, well, the piece I'm going to be singing is by Franz Schubert, and he actually composed this piece surrounding a poem by a fellow German author by the name of Ruckert, who is a romantic poet. So this piece is actually the most romantic piece in